What's going on, family? You know what I'm saying? We're just holding on strong, doing what we need to do. But, 2025 and beyond, you know what I'm saying? It's about mastering. Hold on one second. It's about mastering self control. That's the main thing. That's the self control. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing of what's important. Because you got to remember, you know what I'm saying, where you was at, who was holding you down, you know what I'm saying? Also, have a forgiving heart and things like that. Like, don't carry the bitterness with you, but you have to move in a mindset of wisdom, of discernment, you know what I'm saying? Sharpening your sword. So the thing about it is, this is how the program gets people. What they'll do, they'll deprive you from attention, they'll deprive you from honey traps, they'll deprive you from people. And then when you least expect it, or say if you doing things you're supposed to do when you least expect it, you know what I'm saying? They'll just flood you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who these handlers are. To say the word pimp is an understatement. You know what I'm saying? To say the word pimp is an understatement for these handlers. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could just have them in an angelic line up, manufactured. You know what I'm saying? Coming at you in a way where it's just like they ready to kiss your feet. Like it's all a game, it's all an act, but they can get in that mindset where it's just like they are so curious. It's like the imagination, you know what I'm saying, is so vast. And people with these imaginations and stuff and curiosity or whatever the handlers, whatever that flavor they be putting, whatever man, you know what I'm saying? If you break it all the way down to the molecular structure, it got to be Satan. It got to be Satan. You know what I'm saying? It even got to the scriptures with it. You know what I mean? The devil even tried to offer Jesus Christ all the kingdoms of the, he tried to offer him all the kingdoms of the world. All the kingdoms of the world. You know what I'm saying? All he had to do was bow down and submit to Satan, and he would have got all that stuff of the world. But what Jesus Christ did, combated him with the scriptures. What did Jesus Christ do? Test the spirit by the spirit. What did Jesus Christ say? My kingdom is not of this world. So if you follow that, you already know that your kingdom is not of this world. It's not for you to get the thrill and the feel and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to be able to establish, find a helper. God bless you with a helper. You know what I'm saying? Y'all establish that and y'all be an image of Christ the best way you can be. This program has showed me that. Before, in my old mindset, oh man, I would have been like Jim Carrey the Mask when they would have had it lined up like that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, you must need a replacement. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm not in that mindset. That mindset has been exorcised out of me. That's one thing that this program has done. It has done an exorcism. It has exorcised these demons out of me. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, oh, that's not the intention. What their intentions was, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to exorcise the demons. They wanted me to be exorcised. The whole name of the game was for me to lose myself. Like what Eminem said, you better lose yourself to the sound of the music. The moment you want it, you better never let it go. You know what I'm saying? When you hear these certain songs, lose your mind, lose control, give it on up. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. They want you to lose your mind. They want you to lose your sanity so somebody can take over. Something can take over. You know what I'm saying? And when that thing takes over, you know what I'm saying, your free will is compromised. You know what I mean? It happens to people all the time. I had parts of time where I lost my mind and, you know what I'm saying? Boom. But God has brought me back so he can bring these people back. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they have just literally gave their mind, gave their body, you know what I'm saying, gave their heart to Satan. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do, and these handlers, Oh man, these handlers, like they say, I don't want you. If I don't want you talking to them, it don't matter. Like other people, how good the other people, they ain't gonna talk to them. If they want you to talk to somebody, it don't. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? You would think the directors of the adult films are cold. How they making the women do what they do in a degrading way, and them directors or whatever, the people that own them adult videos and whatever they want, they ain't got nothing on these handlers. Man, like these handlers just make these women be like they ready to start a cult with you. But it's so cold, they ready to start a cult with you. You know what I'm saying? They ready to start a cult with you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to remember, it's all to psych you out. It's a test for it to be this fast. You know, it's a test. You have to remember who and what you were before this program. You have to know what God has elevated you to, right? Be thankful to God. You know what I'm saying? And grow and stuff like that. But you have to remember, you have to know, boom, boom, boom. You have to know what's realistic and what's fabricated, what's artificial and what's real. The thing about it, the fascination, you know what I'm saying, that they have is the light of God that's in you. You know what I'm saying? Everything else they're not pleased with. You know what I'm saying? They are under the handler's grip. They are in the handler's grip. You know what I'm saying? The fascination is the light that keeps your heart beating. The light that, you know what I'm saying, that helps your feeble mind to be able to navigate around all these distractions and traps that gets any other person that would have been in my shoes. You know what I'm saying? They would have threw something like that. Look. Unless they like a Shaolin monk or something. Oh man. Oh man. You know what I'm saying? They would have been, hey. You know what I mean? So this is the program showing you who is in control, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this world, this worldly system. You know what I'm saying? But God in the Bible already said, you know what I mean? My kingdom is not of this world. This worldly system. Hey, Fernando! This worldly system is of the enemy. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know. You know what I mean? God allows us to live in this system for a reason. We live in this world. We breathe the oxygen. We take on this physical cloak. You know what I'm saying? This physical cloak temporarily. We live in this three-dimensional world, you know what I'm saying, where everything's glued together with mass and matter and gravity and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Our spirits and souls is cloaked, you know what I'm saying? But they can still see that light. They can see, you know what I'm saying? How is he not going? How is he not going? They fascinated with the fact that it's like you enduring and how you not going. You're not doing what the normal people would do. You're not doing what the normal people would do? Huh? You handling your business. You know what I'm saying? You're not listening to the soothsayers talking about, oh, you got to get out the matrix. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But that's like telling people, if they live in, hold on, let me see. If they live in North Korea, you know what I'm saying? They in a communist state. That's like, you know what I'm saying, telling them, to get out of North Korea. Like, them being born in there, it's certain punishments and things like that. Like, it's punishments if you try to get out the matrix here. You gotta, unless you have a creative way to get out of it, which very few people will find. It's like the Willy Wonka factory and the golden ticket. So for the mass majority, people have to, now if you by yourself, if you have like dependents and things like, if you have dependents and things like that, you know what I'm saying? You have to get out here and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So that they can have something. So yeah, they made up this system with the money, the people in control. We live in a world. We live in that world. You know what I'm saying? People try to get real deep in your psyche to try to trick you out. Be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Your world is what you make it. No, you live in this world. You have a purpose. And if you a creative person where you can generate wealth to provide for you and yours outside of the matrix, man, let me know. But in the meantime, in between time, until I build up my skills and stuff like that, I gotta work in the matrix. I have to plug in and work in the matrix to provide for what's mine. I'm not gonna out myself from the matrix and just neglect myself from people that's dependent on me. And that's what they can't stand. For the simple fact that you're not gonna compromise to the point where you forget where you came from, where you forget and who helped you along the way when you was dusted, rusted, ugly, you know what I'm saying? Musty, you know what I'm saying? Busted and disgusted. You get what I mean? They really showed their colors then because they didn't know the light. They didn't know that I had light in me. You know what I'm saying? They showed their colors then. Them colors didn't change. Now it's just glittered with gold. You know what I'm saying? Because they like, all right, before we don't know how you was gonna handle. We didn't know what you was gonna do. Now, let's see. Let's test it. Let's see. I bet you he gonna fold. All this Playboy type, all this stuff that we throw at him, I bet you he gonna fold. He ain't had this type of play before. Let's throw it at him. You know what I'm saying? Unimaginable. You know what I'm saying? Find something that can throw it back and put him in a wormhole somewhere. He just trapped with the celestial signs. Like, how did I get in this angelic line? What happened? You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. But the thing about it, it's all a trap. To go back to the basics of things. Control. Submitting. You know what I'm saying? Losing yourself. Losing your mind. Giving up your brain. Giving up your mind. Giving up the things that held you together when you didn't have nothing. Them are the things that you need to hold on to. Not when you're slowly elevating and building and stuff like that. And now they want to throw all type of haymakers at you and throw it at you. No, it's all artificial. You have to understand that it's the light. It's not you, it's the light. When you lose yourself, you giving up that light. When you lose your mind, you giving up that light. Know what I'm saying? The most important thing, the only thing that really matters, family, is God. God gave us pieces of God's self to us. We have a piece of God. Everybody a piece. That's the only thing that matters. They see that piece of God in you. You know what I'm saying? That fraction of God in you. And that's what they can't stand. They gonna send you anything. I'm talking about they gonna send you anything. You hear me? They's not finna play. I'm talking about they's not finna play. You know what I'm saying? This is really testing your mind to see, are you really on that? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be saying they own that, and the late nights they be filled with lust. And them late nights they be filled with lust. They done did a whole, they done went to church and everything, man. They done preached the whole sermon, all that stuff. Late night alone, adult videos. Then after they get that off, guilty. Feel. Oh, you feel bad, don't you? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the thing. Overcoming that, losing yourself, losing your mind. You know what I'm saying? Who programmed you? Where did that start? Where did that lustful programming start? You know what I'm saying? Did it start in your teenage years? Did it start through puberty? You know what I'm saying? When did that start? How did it get you so warped? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We got to get out of that. That's the point. And stay focused. You get rewarded even when you're standing in the fire. Even when you're standing in that fire and that fire burn. You know what I'm saying? That light that's in you, the fire, yeah, it'll burn, but it won't melt your flesh. It will burn, but it won't eat your bones. You know what I'm saying? You can still maneuver, and all that fire is doing is exercising your demons, purifying you. Because that light, and then you just keep remembering your struggle, what you've been through, and who was there, because that's what counts. When people left you out and about, you know what I'm saying? When people played with you and stuff like that, act like they wanted to rock with you and stuff, and then the whole time you found out they didn't really want to rock with you, or you know what I'm saying? Boom, and they left you high and dry. They left you out, you know. And you have a person that helped you and picked you up and helped you and stuck by your side. Some people could have left, you know what I'm saying? Through the bitterness, the arguments and stuff like that, could have left, but still been there. You know what I'm saying? Been there when you ain't have nothing. Oh man, you got to remember that. You got to remember that. Especially experience what I spend, the trauma that I've been. I got to remember that. That's the everyday motivation. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give thanks to God. That's why I know it's God. That's why I know there's a God. No one can't tell me there's no God. No one can't tell me that this world is just Big Bang Theory. You know what I'm saying? We the gods. No, nobody can tell me that. You know what I'm saying? We have a piece of God in us. You know what I mean? So I always keep that in my mind when I see that the program trying to give me that Willy Wonka ticket. They trying to give me that Willy Wonka ticket. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I need a replacement. You know what I'm saying? Turn it down. I gotta remember the scriptures. Turn it down. You know what I'm saying? If it's usually too good to be true, it's too good to be true. You get what I'm saying? I know my value, I know my worth. I'm not undermining myself or anything, but I'm using this for my protection. You know what I'm saying? I thank God for the correction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep going. And with that being said, family, peace.